Hey guys, how's it going? Gonna do a quick video here on Vorkath. I'm gonna be keeping it simple. I'm gonna go over his attacks and do a live example kill at the end. I'm gonna be using lower tier equipment just to show how easily this can be done even with the worst of banks. So Vorkath has 6 different types of standard attacks, if you will, and 2 different types of special attacks. And during the fight, what he's gonna do is use 6 standard attacks followed by a special attack. And his special attacks will rotate back and forth, the first one always being random. So what I mean by this is that he will use 6 standard attacks, 1 special attack, 6 standard attacks, and then the other special attack. And then it just keeps rotating back and forth between the special attacks after every 6 attacks. He uses an orange magic attack, a pink magic attack which disables your prayer, a venom attack which venoms you, a blue magic attack, a ranged attack, and an orange fireball. You need to step 2 tiles away in order to take 0 damage. His first special attack, he sends out a white cloud, freezes you, and an undead crabbing thing. Just cast Crumble Undead in order to kill it. For his second special attack, he sends out an acid pool like that, and then continuously hits you with fireballs. You just need to walk to avoid the attack. So for the gear setup, you're going to want to use Void or Void Elite, whichever one you have, with a Salve Amulet EI. That's best in slot. And for the sake of keeping this video cheap and low tier, I'm going to be using a Rune Crossbow, Anti-Dragon Shield, Ruby, and Diamond Bolts Enchanted that are adamant. You can ignore the Ring of Suffering because that's all I have. A much cheaper option would be to use a Archer's Ring, which honestly is probably even better to use. So let's go ahead and get into the kill, and let me show you just how easily this can be done, even with the cheapest gear setup. Before you start the fight, make sure you set up your quick prayer, protect from missiles, and eagle eye. I would use rigor, but for the sake of this video, keep it cheap and simple. I'm going to be using eagle eye. Extend the super anti-fire and a ranging pot. Fireball, step 2 spaces over to avoid it. Venom Cloud, drink an anti-venom. I always stand here, the second to last row. It's so much easier to avoid acid pools when you do this. Right here, the back row will always be open. So I just do it because it's just so easy to avoid this. Anywhere else, sometimes I get trapped. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be doing Wook's walking or anything like that. Got to keep it simple. And I stepped in the acid pool because, yeah. Fireball again. Disabling my prayer. Always click on the ground before this next special attack. That way you stop attacking. I right click the little zombie spawn because if you just try to left click it, sometimes you could miss. So I always recommend to right click and then left click on it just to make sure you get it down. And during this kill, always just count. It is so easy. Count 6 standard attacks and then be prepared for a special attack. The first one will be random, but usually it's the crabbing thing. Sometimes it's acid pool, but usually, for me at least, it's the crabbing thing. But the first one's random, and then after that it just rotates back and forth. Just always keep count. 6 regular attacks, 1 special attack. And then you can just get through the kill very easily. I'm not going to talk for the remainder of the fight. I just wanted to get through all the attacks at least once for the sake of the video. So just enjoy the rest of the fight. Alright guys, that's all I have. Thank you very much for watching. As you can see, this can easily be done with cheap equipment. I killed him in 3 minutes and ate 5 pieces of food total. So even if you're poor and don't have good equipment at all, I recommend to kill Vorkath because no matter what, you will always make bank.